Dear investor, thank you for joining us webinar and podcast. Today I am with my Miss Samida and Dr. Arjun Sharma, the founder of Gomini. Let me introduce about this franchise discoveries. Franchise Discovery is India's first tech-enabled franchising platform where we are connecting investor with the brands. And we also provide deep insight details to the investors to understand about the brand and their business model and the expansion strategies. About the Gomini, Gomini, India's first tech cow care platform, which is totally based on this technology and blockchain systems. Gomini has been founded by Mr. Dr. Arjun Sharma. Now he is with me. So he is going to explain more details about this Gomini, why they have started, and what is the plan, and what they want to build in this category. Gomini have the two kind of this business model. First is this FICO model, franchisee investment company operated, where you will get this opportunity to invest 22.48 lakhs rupees as a FICO investment model. The deep details Mr. Arjun Sharma is going to explain you in some times. Second thing is that FOCO model, franchisee owned company operated. That is the investment belongs to approximately 4.48 crore. This is kind of this partnership model. So this is also we are going to conduct in this webinar. So here Dr. Sharma is going to explain everything in the details. Even Ms. Samida is also connected with 300 investors. He is showing this more interest about to the Gomini. Even my lot of investor has been asked questions, even share with this Samida. So in this total webinar is going to conduct by Samida because she has the list of these investors questions. So here I am coming to Mr. Dr. Arjun Sharma. Sir, please tell me few words about you and about the company.
Thank you, Shyamji. Gomini has been into making for the last 12, 13 years through a trust we were operating. And the fundamental was how do we preserve the indigenous breeds? The mission of Gomini is all about breed protection, which is our indigenous breeds. And over the period, if you see, during our independence, we had close to 210 breeds, indigenous breeds. And now we are left with just 50 breeds. So Gomini has been in the forefront of research along with NDRI and other agencies as to how do we improve the breed availability, the breed presence, and stop the extinction, what is happening. With the white revolution, we did have the damage on the indigenous ecosystem, wherein the HF and the jerseys were brought into India. And then the dairy primarily focused on milk output. And that's where we lost our indigenous breeds. People went into dairy sector just for the milk output, while our indigenous cows are much beyond milk. And that's what Gomini is focusing on. In the last 12 years, we produce 160 plus entrepreneurs operating all over India and are doing very profitable business just with the Panchgavya concept. And that's what Gomini is all about. It's promoting Panchgavya and it's beyond milk. It's cow dung, cow urine, and all the gavyas from the cow taken care by the farmers, and the profits are shared by the investors. That's what Gomini is doing.
Okay, great. Okay, Samda. So I think you have prepared with all the questions. So over to you. So now you can continue with this webinar with Dr. Arjun Sharma. Okay, so over to you, Samida.
Thank you, sir, for this opportunity to know this brand Gomini. So I have few questions for Dr. Sharma.
Sure.
Dr. Sharma, first I would like to know how this idea came to your mind and what inspired you. Was there any a real life problem that really inspired you to go in this Gomini project?
Primarily, I'm into startup. I've been doing startups, and 12, 13 years back, I think I can recall it. 2013 is when one of the disciples of Rajiv Dikshit came to me for a funding of a project based on Panchgavya. That was the trigger point where we sat on the project, we discussed the financial viability and everything, and at the end of it, he took the investment from me. So as an investor, I invested into his firm, but then I took it to my heart that I have to do it on my own on a scale basis. Like I cannot limit myself to just 1,000 cows or 2,000 cows. I have been always thinking of millions of cows. How do we scale it to millions of cows? And that's where we started our trust and then we started researching on it. In fact, we sponsored 2 PhDs in the last 12 years to understand the cow ecosystem. And we created a lot of entrepreneurs doing this. That's when Gomini was actually started. And back this year, we registered the company as a startup and we started doing it as a brand.
Wow. It's a great concept, sir. Really
Yeah.
liked it. How important do you think the role of technology plays in Gomini concept?
Um, Technology is the backbone. Without the tech, we would not be thinking of scaling this to this level. So the fundamental problem is the capital problem with the farmer. And when we are inviting investors, we have a lot of investors in the system. When we are inviting the investors need transparency and traceability. These are the two asks from the investors. That's what they need. And for that only, technology plays a enabler, right? And through technology, what we are doing is we are doing the traceability. We are able to take care of the cow in an optimum way, and we are able to take the productivity out of it. So technology has been the enabler for this.
Okay, sir. One more question I would like to ask. Could you please share about the franchise process or the
Mhm.
collaboration model for the better understanding for the investors?
Right. Sure. So what happened when we eventually started? A lot of people, came to us saying, "How can we partner?" Right? It was not us who invented this model. It's the customers or the investors who came to us to, let us think on it and then create a system for them to be a partner of the ecosystem. Eventually, what happens is everyone wants to get associated with the cow, but they don't know the nitty-gritties or the economic systems, and they cannot manage the entire complications of cow handling. That's where when we spoke to a lot of investors, so we started with a FOCO model first, where we have 100 cow setup where the people come with their land and then the investment, and we started with that. Right now we have 4 FOCO investors live in the system, and that's how it started. That how can we now onboard smaller investors, and then the FICO was introduced. That okay, we can do a FICO model where smaller investors also can participate and be partner to the ecosystem.
What will be the monthly or yearly earning potential per cow?
Per cow, if you ask me, see, in a FICO model, what we do is a minimum guarantee. And what we say is post the maturity, which takes close to 18 months to set up and everything. The maturity happens in 18 months. Post that, we do a minimum guarantee of 20% of your investment. And if you take 5 cow at 20 lakh, what we're saying is you can get 4 lakh rupees. So it's close to 80,000 per cow per year commitment, what we give. And it would be more than that. That's the minimum guarantee we give, because that's what this ecosystem is based on.
Where do you means how do you sell your Panchagavya products? Means
Okay.
can
Mhm.
we visit your Panchagavya plant? Means if investors are interested, can we visit your plant and see how you make the products from the waste and the milk, everything in the
Definitely.
plant?
Yeah. Yeah. So the FOCO investors are live, right? So those setups are already producing. In fact, Syamji is planning to visit one of the setups. Definitely, those plants are live. People can visit the FOCO models. FICO is setting up in Bihar, wherein we are setting up this entire farm now. And you have some pictures. I think Tanvi can show that later.
Okay, sir. Any particular reason why you're not putting up the retail shops for Panchagavya's products?
It
Like,
will come. Eventually, it will come.
okay.
Right now, yeah, we are directly doing a D2C. Eventually, it will come.
In future, we can see Gomini's outlets somewhere
Oh,
like.
definitely. Yep.
Oh, good. I have a means a claim like why not have you gone for the biogas plant? Means it is also related to this
Mhm.
thing. So why not? Means
Um,
you have done a big plant of Panchagavya, then why not biogas?
so we do have CFG as part of the system. CFG is basically biogas. But primarily what we're looking for is how much revenue can we generate per unit, right? So the per unit revenue economics is what is driving us towards Panchgavya as a baseline. Biogas is part of the ecosystem as CFG plant takes place, and that goes into farming, natural farming.
Okay, sir. So how exactly does Gomini makes money? Like what are the primary revenue streams?
Primarily, it's Panchagavya products. 60% of the revenue comes from there. Then we expand the portfolio in a village to natural farming products. But the natural farming actually maturity takes 3 to 4 years when we start seeing production from there. And then we also have ecotourism as one of the segment where people visit the farm, stay in the resorts, and all those things. Right.
Okay, so I have heard this word name blockchain. Exactly, can you
Mm.
explain what the blockchain means and
Okay.
how does it work in this concept?
So if you take blockchain, it's like a ledger. Jo, if we can explain it in simple terms, it's a digital bahi khata, but it is traceable and it is a kind of one-way ledger. Like you can write to it, but you cannot erase from there. So it's a simple layman term. Now, what blockchain enables you is to create a traceability there. So what we do is whatever transaction happens between the or among the ecosystem within the Gomini, everything is written in blockchain. And then in the blockchain, the cow is a NFT, non-fungible token. All the productivity is linked to that NFT. Okay. So you can trace how much your cow is producing. Each
Oh,
cow's productivity is actually traceable on blockchain. So that kind of transparency we are bringing to the system.
who are the main competitors directly and indirectly in this project, means in
Hmm.
concept? And what kind
Okay.
of cow breed do you use in Gomni project?
So primarily the first one, the competitors, we do not have any direct competitors.
Okay.
Indirectly, yes, we have a lot of competitors like Amul, Patanjali, and all these brands are indirect competitor. But if you look at Amul or if you look at Nandini or you look at Mother Dairy, they do not, primarily work on indigenous cows. It's only
Okay.
Patanjali which works on indigenous cows. But these, they primarily mix and match. They use high milk yield, these things. And then coming to your second question, we are 100% indigenous. We start with Gir, Saiwal, Tharparkar, Red Sindhi, and these milk breeds produce good amount of milk. But we do take care of the rest of the 44 breeds which are not producing high milk yield, and those are used for farming purposes.
Why cows? We have buffaloes also. Why not buffaloes in this project?
It's because of the inherent properties of cows. If you look at the science behind it, the cow has four stomach chambers, and the cow dung, the indigenous cow dung, contains more varieties of bacteria and those properties compared to buffaloes and any other species. That's
Okay.
the only reason that it provides you much more value than any other breeds.
Okay, so how this project is profitable for the farmers? Investors, we got the idea, but for the
Yeah,
farmers itself, yeah. How is it
right. So
profitable?
what happens is when you come in as a FICO investor, we pair one farmer to you. So 5 cow unit is taken care by one farmer, and each farmer is enabled in the system to earn at least 50,000 to 60,000 rupees a month. That kind of empowerment we are doing with this model. So if you become an investor, you're basically taking a farmer family from 3,000 rupees a month to 50,000 rupees a month. That's that kind of empowerment you're doing.
Okay, so can you little bit tell about organic farming in your FOCO model?
In the FOCO model, what we combine is cow is the intrinsic part of it. It is the foundation. And what we also do is we combine natural farming to it. People get confused with organic and natural farming. We are a natural farming company. We are not a organic farming company. The natural farming companies are taken care by our partners, like Bhumi Natural is there. Then Bhima Kamat is there. They come in as a partner and they execute the project. The natural farming creates an ecosystem wherein, I think Tanvi is sharing the slide. So we have these partners here where, Bhima Kamat and Bhumi Natural are the main, natural farming partners who execute this natural farming. And natural farming, what we call them is food forest. A concept of food forest is developed wherein you have extensive farming, multi-layered farming to produce organic produce out of it.
We have seen a model of ecotourism in your FOCO
Yep,
model. Yeah, can
correct.
you brief us on it? What exactly is ecotourism doing in this concept?
So if you look at the ecotourism market right now, it's projected to be $1 trillion market by 2030. It's a very big market. What we're trying to cater there. Now, if a FOCO setup is done, we have first the dairy system, which is obviously a decentralized campus. along with natural farming setup, and that is combined together with ecotourism, where you can do spiritual tourism, we can do wellness tourism, and like there are many companies which are already doing it in Kerala and other parts of India, where you visit for wellness, you do a retreat for 7 days and 10 days, you stay there, get yourself cleansed, and all this, and that's a big market. That's where we want to tap into in the FOCO model.
Okay, so in today's digital era, why the Gomni is not reaching to the modern audience? Like you have seen a Country Delight app or something.
Mm-hmm. Right.
So, are you looking for to open some kind of app to sell these products or something like that?
Tentatively, we will launch that by March 2026. That's what is the plan. So far, what we have been doing was offline sales through the FOCO model. So when the FOCO investors came in this model, they had their own brand. We were the enabler. Now we are consolidating everything into Gomini brand. So the products will be from Gomini. And we plan to launch our marketplace by March 2026.
Very good. So, do you believe in your concept? Do you think it can become a trendsetter?
It obviously is already, and we see the
Okay.
hype. The investors
I
are
just wanted to
pouring in
ask you
from all
that.
across the globe. Yeah. The first investor in our system was from Vancouver. I think he visited our farm recently. I think Tanvi has those pictures. He can share if it can be. He recently visited us. So yeah, you see on the left hand side, those investors are there. They have come in from all parts of the globe, right? So on the far left is Lokesh, who has traveled especially from Vancouver to visit his farm. And these are the natural farms we have and all that.
What is your ultimate vision for Gomni? Do you aim to build this brand and create a movement? Means you just want to build a brand or you want to create a movement with this?
It's a mission, Samita. It's a mission to preserve our indigenous heritage and get back to natural farming. The destruction of chemical farming through green revolution and through white revolution to the cows. When we say Gau is our mata, we call her Gau Mata. When we shifted to the urban setup, right, the model evolved to Adhya system, what we call, wherein our forefathers gave their animals to the farmers to take care of, and then due to the capital nature of this entire transaction, the cows were not taken care well. That's where we lost a lot of heritage in the system, and that's what we want to revive back. Okay, we can't shift back to the farming place and have our own cows, but you can now through Gomini. You own a cow or you own set of cows and proudly own it for your family.
So, what would you like to say to the people who still hesitate to adopt a new concept like Gomini? Would you like to say something for them?
Yes. So it's a transparent model. You can get acquainted to the model. You can visit the farm. You can interact with us and understand the entire detail of thing. It's not one-off kind of thing, right? That you buy and forget. It's like a kind of thing where you are getting updates on day-to-day basis about your cows. You can see it on your app. That's where we brought a lot of technology. You can see your cows live on the app, and that's what we are enabling through technology. And when it grows, you can actually visit that. Okay, I can plan a trip with my family to my cows. You can spend time there, and with blockchain, everything is so transparent that you will see the transactions coming live in the app itself. So this is where, see, when you donate to a Gausala, it's all on your trust, right? When you donate to a temple, it's all on the trust model. Definitely trust has to be first set up before we begin the journey. And when it comes to Gau Mata, it's all built on trust that, hey, you are adopting a cow, you are making cow a family member of yours. She is the Lakshmi, she will take care of the rest. Just let us take care of her well, and she will take care of the rest.
Why you have chosen Ganj for this project? Why not any other site? Or like, are you looking for?
Popsganj, yeah,
Yeah.
Popsganj is my, you can say, my birthplace. And definitely birthplace has a different kind of attachment, right? So that's where we started with that.
Does Gomni concept receive any kind of government subsidies or support of rural development schemes or something like that?
We do not claim subsidies because we are investor driven. but we do have support from the government because the farmers are coming through the government. All these farmers are provided by the state government of Bihar, and we interview them and we then onboard them on the module. So definitely government is involved in all sorts of operations and everything from land clearance to the licenses and everything. However, we have a great support from the government who is enabling us to provide the kind of ecosystem we are looking for.
So for long-term sustainability, what is Gomni's financial growth plan? And where do you see Gomni from here, from 10 years from here?
What we are looking for is in 10 years, we want to grow to 1 million cows is our vision. With one cow, we are doing a established revenue of 4 to 5 lakh per year. It's the baseline what we have set up. So you can do the math. We are looking at 40,000 crore of revenue in 10 years.
How does this concept contribute to India's zero waste and organic India vision?
There are multiple things here. When we talk about cow farming, when you look at dairy exploitation model, there's a lot of carbon emission, and that's very kind of exploitive in nature. When it comes to Gomini, everything is constrained in the ecosystem itself. It's consumed by the ecosystem itself, and then we take the output from here, the excess output from here to the natural farming. That's also kind of a you can say a sustainable development model where all the outcomes are net neutral in carbon negative setup where we have a lot of carbon credit surplus.
If you want to define Gomini in one line, how you will define it, sir?
It's a sacred innovation.
Okay, sir. What is the initial requirement to adopt a Gomini model?
You have to just pick a breed which you want to select. We right now work with Sahiwal and Gir primarily because in a campus we need to have similar set of cows. We don't have to have a lot of varieties, right? So right now we support Gir and Sahiwal. These are being done. You select the breed and then we go about it. So you can the investor can work with your team. We onboard them, and then within 2 to 3 months we get activated.
Okay, so your FICO model says it's adopting of about 5 cows, right?
Yes, correct.
Can you brief us upon this revenue model of FICO?
Sure. Yeah, Tanvi, would you be able to share the slide, especially the ROI sheet? So primarily what you see here is what we have done is our investors, actually look at, okay, can you give us some return from the day one, as in the year one itself? That's where we looked at a flooring method, wherein, see, the cows take time to breed and provide milk, and milk is believe it or not, milk is the highest revenue producer, which happens from 18th month onwards. That's when the revenue starts peaking up. So what we do is we do a 6%, 12%, 20% flooring method, wherein this is the minimum guarantee we give. What we have experimented so far that we were able to generate 28 to 32% return on the capital. So this is on the capital model, wherein on the capital we are able to generate this yield. So that's where we give a minimum guarantee of 20% from third year onward. The exit is made when the cow is declared that it is her last pregnancy. That typically happens in the year 9, right? What we do there is we renew the contract, and the renewal happens with the heifer. The cow's kid is replaced in the ecosystem, the NFT is replaced, and this continues. So you can either exit at year 9 with your principal back and whatever you have gained so far, or you can renew the contract. So that's a simple ROI method. What we can explain here is that if you invest 20 lakh in a better scenario, if you could scroll down further, let's say the optimum criteria could be 25% or something, which is still lower than what we have been able to achieve. The gains are better than what we could show there. So this could be the optimistic return portfolio, what you can look at. That with 20 lakh, you could be doing close to 34.5 lakh in the 8 years bracket. And how we do this is basically, if you could go to the SKUs, please. Okay, maybe we don't have it then. No problem. If you could go to the why does this work? If you could go to that particular sheet. Yeah. So there are two parts here, right? Gomini is the operating partner. Now, what we looked at is that, hey, a lot of people want to do it, but they're not able to execute it, although our entrepreneurs have done it. But the problem was, if you have a smaller setup, you can't become a brand, and then the distribution problem and all those things. So that's where what we did is that, okay, for a franchisee model, let's have a capital protection model wherein you can actually exit whenever you want, but it is guaranteed after 9 years that you can take your capital back. The predictability in the system is introduced with the coupon flooring system, wherein you have a predictable minimum guarantee. Obviously, upside is always there, wherein the cow, when it performs better than what the minimum average is, you get that. You don't have to take care of operational hazard here, like other franchisees where you have to look for the shop, you have to take care of the tenancy model and all those things. Here, you just walk in and invest, and then your setup is done in one of the Gomini farms. This is more of an impact investment, wherein you are preserving the indigenous breeds while you are empowering the rural, self-help groups also.
I hope the investors are happy with your explanation, sir. So, what will be the success rate of your concept till now?
So far, we have been, doing fairly well. I would say overwhelmingly well. Uh, there has been no catastrophic failures, what we have seen, because we have insurance baked into the system. So the capital loss is protected by the insurance. The only point which is fragile here is the cow, right? And those cow are your principal capital. We protect that by insurance. So we have not been able to see any catastrophic failures.
Okay, so actually, one of our investors has gone through your LinkedIn profile, and we are
Mm-hmm.
very impressive. Like you have worked in a lot of industries, service industries. Like, so
Yep.
how come you were diverted in this? It's completely different from service field. You have shifted to Gomni project. Gomni is complete different project. So
I'm a startup guy. I have been doing a startup, and this is my sixth startup so far. So far, all the startups I have done has been profitable, has been a brand story in itself. But back in that, kind of ek dil mein ichha hoti hai, right? You have that contentment kind of thing within your heart that you have to do something which has an impact. So far, none of my startups had that kind of an impact, and we wanted to do something on cow, for which we have been starting researching and experimenting in the field through our. So personally, I own 700 cows throughout India, and they are kept in different parts of India for experimentation purposes, right? To learn from them, to understand the economy of scale and everything. Now, when we did this, we learned that, hey, this is going to be life changing for generations. And if I have to put my feet on the ground, if you see, Gomini trademarks were registered 3 years back. We are so involved in the process that we registered the trademarks quite early, and we started slowly that, okay, we developed this, we developed that, and then technology is what my forte was. And we had to look at how do we integrate technology so that the trust model can be built and the care model can be placed on top of it.
okay, so how have you raised the capital for Gomni till now? Can you brief us for the just for the investors to
Mm-hmm.
know how
Yeah.
was your struggle building the funds
Um,
right now?
it has never been a struggle for me.
Okay.
So I have a history of successful startups, and investors know me very well. That kind of return I have generated for them. The last company I sold it was for $25 million. So the kind of exits I have given to my investors have been fairly remarkable, I would say. When we started Gomini, we always thought this would be a bootstrapped company, and that's where we did not want to raise any capital. We invited co-founders initially, and the co-founders pooled in the capital. That's how we raised the capital. And we have funded it well for the foreseeable future, very well. Now, that's when the FICO and FOCO interest came in, that Arjun, we want a partner, and do you take, investment? So that's where we started this model that FOCO investors have come in. Each of them are investing 5 crore, 10 crore, like that. That kind of volume is pouring into the system. And it has been a fair journey because when you look at our ancestors, like our forefathers, when they set up Gaushala, somebody donates the land, somebody brings in the cow, somebody does the infrastructure. Gai ke sath, with the cows, that model is inherent, right? The trust is inherent. One of my friends just donated 200 acres of land in Rajasthan for a Gaushala. So it's with cow, it's that inherent trust which builds, right? So you don't have to really beg for the investors. They are coming in for the love of the cow.
That's very good to hear that now.
Yeah.
In the FOCO model, I would like to tell that there's a partnership of 4.4 crores, you're saying, like, okay,
Hmm.
which there is a 26.2% IRR rate, the span
Hmm.
of 15 years, and
Yeah.
the investors will be earning around 117.2 CRs.
Correct.
So, can you explain how this will exactly work?
Now imagine that you are already retiring or you have plans to retire in, let's say, 10 years or now. So you need something of a wealth creation model which can last for generations. So this is planned for those kind of setups, wherein we are also looking for investors who have their own land. We prefer them. 50 acres is the minimum requirement what we look for. In case the investor does not have the investment, we take the land on lease in their preferred area, right? Now, how the setup works is this setup is minimum 100 cow cluster is what we generate. And we started with 150 for some, 200 for some, like that. So one of the setup started with 150 and now they're at 400 already. So you bring the cow in and you start Panchgavya production is the basic foundation here. And then you slowly introduce the natural farming on the rest of the land. What you have, you integrate the model into integrated farming model. So you have dairy, Panchgavya production, you have natural farming, and then you launch the ecotourism on part of the land. So that's where it becomes kind of a kind of an enterprise in itself, which has holistic product portfolio and service portfolio. And this can, go on for generations. There is no exit clause here. It's like if, let's say, you want to exit, you do a valuation of the company and then we exit. So at the end, if you see at the bottom, you can see we have done exit calculations where where we calculate, okay, we can do a 22% IRR based valuation, or we can do a EBITDA into 6 valuation. If you could scroll down, Tanvi, to the bottom. Okay, maybe C has some trouble. But yeah, the calculation is two ways. IRR based calculation on the exit, if you may wish so, or it is EBITDA based, EBITDA into 6 model. And it's created as a SPV wherein the LLP is registered. You are 50% partner, so I am 50% partner. We are the operating partner and you are the capital partner. The only involvement for the investor is when we take decisions yearly on the reinvestments. That's the only involvement we need. And that's how it has been working forever. A lot of our investors are large portfolio owners, like hotel chain owners, or they are software company owners, and all those who cannot involve into day-to-day activities. That's where we created this model. That okay, we do reinvestment decisions where you have to take a call. That's the only involvement we need.
Okay, so after 15 years, what will happen? Can the investors reinvest in this, or this plan can be renewed or something like that?
The FOCO keeps continuing. There is no renewal in that model. The FICO has a renewal model. The
So
FOCO keeps
after 15
continuing.
years, they cannot reinvest, or like after 15 years, what will happen in the FOCO model? They will reinvest? They can reinvest in
No,
the same plan, or they have to
it's
exit?
reinvested already. The 15
Okay, it is
years is the
reinvest.
period where, yeah, it's reinvested already. You take a decision whether you want to exit. If you want to exit, Gomini takes over.
So
Yeah,
almost my all the questions are been answered by you, sir.
yeah.
I would request Mr. Shyam Singh. Uh, Sir, please take over.
Thank you, Samida. Actually, the lot of question you have covered, and even because you have connected with these investors, right? So you
Yes,
go,
sir.
and even this investors also have this Q&A sections. They will explain. But before going the Q&A, I have few questions with Dr. Sharma. So, sir, the major things we'd like to understand: what is the equity split, and there is any investment if you have is as a capital you have invested in the company. So can you tell me the brief how you started with this investment also, sir? So that because the retail investor are joining now, so they want to understand
Mhm.
everything in the brief.
So far, I have invested more than $1 million. That's close to 9-10 crore in the company over the last 12 years. Post that, me and Gauri Shankar, my co-founder, we committed 2 crore for 18 months period. And we brought in another co-founder, Sachin Sharma, who invested 50 lakh rupees. So we have a kitty of 2.5 crore running for this startup. Meanwhile, me and Gauri have been investing in the entire research journey, sponsoring the PhDs, doing the licensing, doing R&Ds and all those things. So we have fairly placed ourselves well here. Equity wise, I'm the highest equity owner with 40% of the company, and the rest are distributed among the stakeholders. We have also donated 5% of our equity to a charity who's working on Gurukul system.
Okay.
So they're doing Gurukul education, which is intrinsic to our Bharati education system. So we have donated 5% of equity to that.
Yeah, very nice, sir. Okay,
Yeah.
so I would like to understand, sir, something about the team, because every the big businesses has been built by the team only. So what is the
Mhm.
team structures and which kind of this leadership of people has been already joined?
So if you look at the team, it's versatile. I personally have been in the network of this cow ecosystem. So there are close to 7,000, dairies around India. Shyamji, I have traveled across 4,000. So almost every dairy owner would know me. If they are a large dairy player, they know me very well. And we have this network created with that. Now, the other team members, Gauri has a network of 150 distributors who have been working for his company, right? So we have that distribution capacity. Sachin comes with supply chain experience. So Sachin has been the guy who set up Jara and H&M in India. So he knows supply chain from scratch to the large scale systems. We have technology players who have patents, like Lokesh is the patent holder. He has 10 patents. And on technology, we definitely have a global team. There are teams in US, there are teams in India, and we have been working together to develop this platform. On the forefront, on the execution, we have a team of veterinary. We do have a team of consultants who are dairy consultants who have been on roll, off roll kind of setup. There is a scientist, Dr. Sabha Bahadur Singh, who has been working with us for last 12 years on this research journey. And he has finished 2 PhDs in this subject, one from Germany, one from India, right, Karnal. Dr. Sabha Bahadur is the backbone of the scientific research we do on the cow. And we have a lot of scientists who are kind of consultant to us from India, right? So
Okay.
those are the teams we have. These are the leadership team, and on the execution, definitely we have farm managers and other people who are doing it. And then we have wonderful partnerships which we have built in the journey so far, like Pashu Shala. Pashu Shala is our cow supply chain partner, which supplies cows and also takes care of breed verification and everything for us. Then you have Aisman Cowfit, which is by Arita Technology Pune. They provide you the sensors to take care of the cows, as in monitor your cow real time. So that's Arita technology. They are already working with Nestle and the brands. Jivika is basically Jivika Didi's system, BRLPS, government of Bihar, which is providing us the farmers. So the farmers are vetted by the government. We don't pick the farmer right away. Palamur Bio is a research partner where we do IVF and all the embryo technology, wherein we do the breed enhancement of the cows. We do IVF only for breed enhancement of the cow. This is a very, very expensive technique, but we have chosen this for enhancing the breed of the cow. Unnati 9 Group is one of our research vertical owned by Dr. Sabha, which is into the cow ecosystem development. Bhumi Naturals has been, and Bhumi Naturals is quite famous on YouTube. Actually, you can look at that guy. He's doing wonderful. They're our partner in developing natural pumps. Likewise, Bima Kamath is also the same. So it's an ecosystem we have built together. There are many more behind the scene, but these are at the forefront.
Because we are the newly, so I would like to understand that key. What is the cow shelters currently we have?
On the FOCO model, if you see, we have 3 FOCO model running live. Fourth one is being planned. These have various setup. One has grown to 400, one is at 133, the other one is still picking up at 90s odd because they started with 50 only. So they are different verticals, and the one we are setting up in Bihar has 65 cows, investment done already. But due to monsoons, we had to start slowly, and we got delayed. But we got brought in 10 cows as the first set for the investors who wanted to visit. And this cow shed is where we are planning 125 cows to start with in the Fort Biscayne setup.
Okay. So,
Yep.
about this FOCO model, where is the investment approximately 4.48 crore? Okay.
Yeah.
So suppose someone interested to go particular this model, so that investment they have to do immediately, or there is any process?
We actually work as a partner, and what we see is what is the lay of the land, what kind of investment would be needed as per the incremental requirements. It's like 35% is the OPEX and 65% is the CAPEX. So what we do is the CAPEX is not required at one shot. We do a development over a year, and that's the maturity plan. So you get 1 year to 1.5 years to actually do the investment. You don't have to do it one shot.
Okay. So
Yeah.
even so, there is a. I would like to understand, because there is any company, any tri-parties of this company where both parties will be take the decisions, doing this investment, taking these funds along with this investment, and also what is the structures exactly?
So for the FOCO, it's a partnership. We create a LLP, right? We create a LLP where you are a 50% owner and we are 50% owner. And we have decision rights shared among both of us as 50-50. The operational decisions are taken independently by us. And this is a partnership where we create Gomini and the investor partners. That's how it goes on. There is no tri-party here. But in the FICO, there is a tri-party. In the FICO,
Okay.
there is, yeah.
So in this FOCO model, it means that suppose in this account we are building a business, and that business is going to get the profit approximately above the 100 crore next 15 years. So it means there
Yeah.
is a lot of decisions was going on. So both of these parties doing this signature for any kind of this approval, or the single party only you are this have overall all the decision making.
No, decision making is mutual. When it comes to financial decision, it is mutual. If both of us take the decision together, generally we do quarterly review of the business and the reports are shared. If there is a reinvestment decision required, let's say we have a quarterly profit of, let's say, 1 crore, we take a decision whether we want to invest 50 lakh out of it back to the business to support the revenue growth, or whether we want to take out the entire profit, right? So those decisions are taken together. If the investor says that, no, I want to withdraw the profit 100%, we withdraw the profit. The revenue surplus, whatever we want to achieve in that quarter, that may be missed in that case. Yes.
Okay. So it's kind of this mutual partnership, mutual understanding, because you have the projections plan and you are following according to the projection. So I hope so
Correct.
your partners will be much better understand exactly where you are going to invest, because everything on the plan.
Right. So far, what we have done is like, see, of our FOCO model, investors, they don't take out any profit for the first 3 years on the FOCO. Okay. What they're looking for is a generational wealth building, right? So they do already have a profitable business, and they have this excess capital which they want to deploy somewhere. For the first 3 years, they let it stabilize and grow into an ecosystem, right? So this is what is the understanding in the FOCO, that hey, it's a long-term investment. So why withdraw profit prematurely, right? But in case you want to withdraw something, you can withdraw from the system, definitely.
Okay, so suppose, for example, I'm talking about the firstly FOCO. Even you can also answer for this FICO model. So suppose because this investment for the FOCO is much higher. So in like that, the happen 3 year, 5 years, or 7 years, and now investor want to exit. So
Hmm.
what kind of these probabilities are available on this agreement paper?
So in FICO, the exit is no question asked. You can definitely exit after 8 years, no questions asked. But if you want to exit prematurely, before the tenure of the franchisee, then there is some exit fee, and it's not very high. It's just a nominal paperwork exit fee, which we charge so that we can transfer this ownership to somebody else, right? Because we have a great pipeline, the transfer of ownership takes place. That may require, 2 months to 3 months to transfer. But we generally don't ask question, why do you want to exit? It's your personal choice, personal decisions, personal emergencies can occur. And that's where we say, okay, if you want to exit, you can exit without any questions. Just there would be a minor exit fee on the exit process, which is documentation and all those things, right? So that we take care.
Okay, on this FOCO model, because there is a investment is approximately the higher investment. Sorry, I'm telling many times same words, but
Hmm.
exactly what is the happening? I'm just wanted to understand. So suppose the 5 years is business is running about the 5 years. Okay,
Hmm.
so what happened because the now the valuation of this business approximately after the 5 years that maybe belongs to 45 crore rupees of the valuation.
Correct.
Suppose
Yep.
the investor who has invested earlier and they want to involve someone else and they want to exit, so this kind of
Yeah.
these actions are available in this agreement.
Correct. Yeah. So on the FOCO model, it's like a company. You're a partner. You want to transfer the partnership to somebody else. You can take the valuation and sell your shares to somebody else. It's a similar
Okay.
model. Or you can invite co-investors also, right? That, okay, hey, I've got this company grown to 45 crore valuation. Do you want to come in? So like that, you can create parties. In the FOCO model also, there could be more partners, like two or three friends can together come in and create a partnership here with us for a FOCO model. And that kind of scenario is also happening.
Okay. Oh, it's great actually.
Yeah.
Okay, in this FOCO model, I have some another question also.
Hmm.
So for examples, in the FOCO model, there is a something is happen that business is going to negative. So this
Hmm.
point is exactly related to the business. All the businesses have something is the negative point because in any business and the any industries. So what we have these negative points and what is kind of the protections we are taking care about it.
Okay. So the first thing is that we are productive from the day one. That's what we rely on. That as soon as the cows come in, we start the production from cow dung and cow urine. We don't want to waste anything what is produced, right? And then we have farming for sure. When it comes to production setups or when it comes to the ecosystem building, what we do is we do have the supply chain. So you already have a distribution. Your suppliers or buyers are already agreed upon that, hey, I'm going to set up this farm. There will be this kind of produce within this quarter, and we have to distribute it. So that kind of distribution setup is already done. To protect ourselves from exigency, what we do is we create multi-layered insurance plans wherein the cows are the first insured entity. We have the farm insurance, and then we have a business insurance. So these three things. Farm is insured for calamities, right? There could be scenarios of calamities, so we want to protect ourselves. The cows are protected against diseases or outbreaks or anything, so that's where we ensure the capital, the primary capital. And the third is the business itself, right? So in case something happens to the business itself is protected by the insurance.
Okay, so everything depends on this insurance only.
Correct. Yeah. Primarily, the insurance is the protection for your capital, right? And then the ecosystem is already there where you try to, start creating values from the day one. You don't want to waste anything, any productivity. So we set it up first. Like when you're coming here, I'll show you that how the farm preparation works, right? You start working on the fodder first. So when we get into a system, we first start planting napier or the kind of fodder we will need for the cows. So first thing is that hey, your cow is coming 3 months later or 2 months later, but you start preparing for the fodder first, and then you bring in the infrastructure and everything, and then you bring in the cows. You don't bring in the cows and then start the system. The system is built, and then you bring in the cows. Cows.
Okay, so
Yeah.
as my research team has got some information, there is in the Rajasthan there is 3 to 4 big gausalas. Okay, these
Hmm.
gausalas is giving the productivity to. I think they are selling the Panchgavya products to the third parties, and the third party
Hmm.
is making this product and selling online. Even some of this third party already introduced the name of this gausala, like as a
Correct.
like as a Krishnan. Sri Krishna
Krishnayan.
Gosala, yeah, Hingonia
Hmm.
Gosala. There is many more, 3 to 4 more.
Correct.
So to
Right.
understand the business model, like they are running as a Gausala and selling their products. So kind of this our business model, we are also running the same things.
No, we own the entire value chain in the sense the Gausala is within the ecosystem itself. We take care of the cows. Now, what happens in Gausala is these are donation based, right? They do not have the capital backing, right? it's a charity driven model, so they don't have the kind of the fodder we provide, right? We provide nutrition rich fodder, so the health of the cow is much better than that of the Gaushala cow, right? That is just a caring model. Here it's a capital plus caring model. So you in the Gaushala model and the aggregation model combined together is what you're talking about. It has been there forever, but there is no traceability there, right? Like for example, let's say Shyam has donated one cow to the Gaushala. Can Shyam identify his cow?
No.
No. So that's the fundamental thing. ISKCON runs this model, right? You can adopt a cow for lifetime for 3,60,000, right? But then you adopt the cow and you forget, right? You can't even recognize the cow forever. That's what we are changing the system. That hey, once you adopt a cow, when you invest into a cow, you see the cow live on the app. Your portfolio is live on the app. That these are my cows.
Yeah, that's a good thing because I am doing the investment as a retail investors. I'm the ownership
Mhm.
of this 5 cow, 100 cows. So definitely, even I was talking with my teams, and we are this kind of this. That is, if someone investor is visiting on the place, and they are, and you are introducing this cow name, like this is Meena, this is Sina, kind of these things.
Right.
Then you will be more happy to see that, yeah, this is my
Exactly.
cows, no? So
Yeah. Yeah.
it's more wonderful.
Correct.
So coming to the
Yeah.
next point, sir, to understand more things about this, the products. So what kind of the products we are selling in India? And I think you are doing something the export facilities also. And
Mhm.
earlier in this conversation, you already have mentioned you are making something this big kind of this plant where this
Mhm.
foreigner or French investor are also coming to see that. Exactly, can you tell me these pictures about it? What was that?
So what we're doing is we're primarily relying on those products which has high shelf life, right? We don't deal in milk. We don't transport milk. Rather, we value add to the product and we ship it globally. That's what is the enablement all about. So that our investors get maximum return out of it, right? If I sell milk, I can sell it, but I can't sell milk because I'm situated in a rural setup, right? The transportation and the logistics don't work from the rural. So what we do is we process is right there and we process it without pasteurization and other things. So we use Vedic methods to prepare those products which has higher value and higher shelf life. And then we enable transportation globally. So one of the story was that when we started producing ghee, it was selling in India for 4,000, but then we started exporting and started selling for 16,000 in the US. Right. So that kind of proposition we do see, and we see the return. And then what we started doing was we started converting some of the ghee into moisturizers, and that started bringing more revenues to it. So we started experimenting. Now we do have product portfolio of 120 other products. But primarily on this model, we rely on 20 products on a phased manner. Like first year, we introduced 5 products from a particular setup. Second year, we introduced 3, 4 more products, and likewise we take it to the maturity. But at no point we are going beyond 20, 30 products, right? We don't want to do a lot of products and create a kind of hitchery here.
Okay. And as you
Yeah.
earlier mentioned that you already have tie up with this company and now you are working as a white labeling kind of the job, right?
Correct. Yeah. Yeah.
This is the main revenue source. No? You are working as a white labeling job and you supplying the product and getting the revenue. And these kind of
Correct.
revenue you also sharing with this investor who did the investment.
Right. Right.
So this
Yeah.
is
Primarily, yes. Primarily, white labeling is where what we are doing for our third party, which is taking the product from us and they are selling it. That is keeping us easy revenue model wherein we don't have that credit line we have to build, right? When we set up as a brand, we want to do it kind of when we have the volume. Right now, we don't have that kind of volume to launch ourselves as Patanjali, right? Or as Unilever. So right now, what we have been doing is, our white labeling company. We are just working as an OEM for them. That we produce and we label it for them, and they sell it for us.
okay. So now
Yeah.
it is going on the same process.
Same process is going on. We will convert it by March 2026. That we'll have some good volume to introduce our brand in the market. I think Samita was asking the same question. Yes. Right.
Got it. Yes,
Correct.
yes, 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 yes. Okay. So that was very nice. So again, I think
Yeah.
so we should go for this Q&A section. And Samida, over to you. So the Q&A will be start and you can ask the questions. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you,
Thank you.
sir.
Thank you, Sam.
So one of our Mr. Samil is asking a question that can you explain how one cow will generate 4 to 5 lakh rupees?
In a dairy, if you look at indigenous cow, what we fundamentally see is 2000 liter is what kind of milk what you can get from a cow. That if you look at a ballpark revenue, right? Don't take it on the hype side of the picture where somebody claims that I sell it for 150 rupees a liter or 100 rupees a liter. Let's take the minimalistic figure of 50 rupees a liter where you can sell it happily. 2000 liter will produce 1 lakh rupees, right? That's the ballpark. But what we say is we don't rely on milk, right? We don't even care for milk. What we care for is the cow dung now and the cow urine. The cow dung produced from cow is 10 to 15 kg per day. Multiply it with the number of days in the year, and it produces 4.5 tons of cow dung for you. Same thing with cow urine. It produces 10 to 15 liters per day of cow urine multiplied by the day number of days, and you have close to 5,000 liters. So now what we do is we convert this cow dung and cow urine into value added products, and I'll give you just two examples, and that will clear the confusion around it. For example, from a cow dung, 1 kg net cow dung, you can convert it into dhoop, right? 300 grams of dhoop from 1 kg of cow dung, and the dhoop is retailed at 250 rupees a liter, a kg. That's the incense stick market or dhoop market. So what you're trying to create is a value of 250 rupees per kg of cow dung is what you're creating a value, and you have 5 tons of cow dung per year. Let's give and take that there is a 50% conversion, and you do that math, you are looking at 10 lakh rupees of revenue, right? So what we are doing is we are stabilizing this revenue at 4.5 lakh or 5 lakh rupees because we create a mix of product, and some of the outcome goes to the farming, right? Some of the outcome goes to the biogas plant for the CBG unit and all those things. Similarly, from urine, so half liter of urine produces 1 liter of floor cleaner, right? And the floor cleaner right now retails at around 250 rupees a liter, right? If you see Gonile or if you see Neem oil and all those, 250 rupees a liter is what they sell for. Half liter of urine, added the input cost and everything, retails out for, let's say I take it out for 150 rupees for the retailer. That kind of value addition you're doing. And you have 5,000 liters of urine per cow per year. And let's say you collected 30% or 40%, it does the math, right? And then milk is left in the system still. And I'm not talking about milk, which you can convert to, premium bologna ghee, or you can convert it into moisturizer. And then you have byproducts, which is like whey protein. And then you have buttermilk, and all those byproducts can be again converted into products, right? So we convert that into soaps, we convert them into hair oil and a lot of other things, right? So it's all about value addition, how much value addition you can do as an ecosystem.
Okay, I hope Mr. Samil is satisfied with your explanation. Next question is what guarantee or assurance do you offer regarding minimum business or minimum ROI?
The minimum ROI, what we are saying after stabilization, which is 18 months, is 20% of your investment. And when we look at the first year, the first year minimum guarantee starts from 7th month onward, which is a 6% floor value annualized. From 13 months to 18 months is 12% annualized guarantee. And from 19 month onward, it is 20% annualized. That's the
And
minimum guarantee we give.
okay, and what is your currently monthly revenue?
So when we look at our revenue, what we are doing is, see, there are multiple models. We have retail adoptions. We are looking at 2.5 crore monthly cow adoption revenue. But from FOCO model, if you see, each of these enterprises are doing, so one of the FOCO is doing 12 crore per year, so 1 crore net. The other FOCO is doing, I'll have to check, but it's close to 1 CR per month is all the 3 FOCO model has achieved already. They are at net of those. The one which is very good in performance is 90 cows. With 90 cows, they are able to do 1 crore per month because the value addition is done so much.
So Mr. Shubham is asking, what if my cow die or get sick? How Gomini
Yeah.
will deal with that issue?
I think we explained it there that the cow is the fundamental entity in the system and they are insured, right? So there are two redundancies we take here. One is every cow is backed by a heifer. One heifer is backing every cow. So even if something happens to the cow, the heifer backs her, right? The cow is replaced by the heifer itself. Heifer is female calf, basically. The other thing is the capital is insured. So if something happens to the cow, God forbid, we take the insurance route and we recover the capital from there and replace the cow with a cow, right? That's how it happens. Regarding getting sick, indigenous cow don't fall sick very often. This is what we have to understand, that we operate in pure breed of cow. The chances of getting sick is very low unless it is a outbreak, right? If there is outbreak, these are very resistance breed. This is not HF or this is not Jersey which gets sick, right? These cows live in jungle. They are prone to all these and they are very immune to the disease and everything. In any case, we have a veterinary setup wherein the veterinary is appointed for each of these setups who take care of that. So yeah, definitely there is no problem there. And we have been operating large gausalas where what we have seen is the maximum mortality is 1% max, right? We have not gone beyond 1%.
So Pooja is asking, what is your year-over-year revenue growth and what is your monthly burn rate?
The monthly burn rate is per cow basis what we do. Per cow basis, the feed cost is what the burn rate is. As a company, we don't reveal the burn rate because we have a complex system, right? It's a complex system where the software company is one. Then we have these partners which are running, right? Each cluster is a partnership. They have their own balance sheet and their own P&L, right? And they are not revealed to every every third party. As a company, we are profitable from day one. We have been profitable. The burn rate per cow is 5,000 rupees a month. And on that, we put up a care fee to the farmer, which is 1,000 rupees a month. So 6,000 per cow is the burn rate. Beyond that, there are production and other things, which is basically a partnership between a farmer entity and the company, wherein it is revenue driven rather than a fixed operational model, right? It is based on the productivity of the system.
Okay, so how many months of runway do you have?
We have fair runway. We are already profitable. We are running a lot of enterprises already. So we do have. So when I think the question is on the FICO or is it for the company?
Pooja, will you tell us what exactly are you asking? On which model?
Yeah. If it is for the FICO, let me answer that. So the FICO model takes operational cost for 2 years. 24 months of operational cost is included in the system, right? And that's how the sustenance work. Generally, the cow starts producing as in it is productive within 6 months because we start with the cow dung and urine, right? And we have ample revenue to back it up. But we do take care of operational cost for 2 years from the investors, and that's how we are keeping the entire ecosystem sustainable.
Okay, so what is the cow shelf life and what happens after that?
Generally, a cow lives for 16 to 20 years. Okay. And what happens is when your cow is not productive, it is taken back by Gomini and it is put into one of the farms which we maintain ourselves. We don't give it to the farmers because farmers in this model are for productive systems. And when the cow retires, it goes to the agriculture system.
Mr. Samil is asking one more question. Where you sell these products? If you say 4.5 ton dung and 30% efficiency, so it is around 1 or 2 ton, 1.2 ton of dhoop. How will sell huge amount of dhoop, maybe over, I think 10,000? 10,000 sticks. So
Okay,
how
so
will
yeah,
you
I
sell?
get the
And if
question.
the model,
Right. The 1.2 ton is on a yearly basis. If you divide it on a day basis, it is not even 4 kgs, right? So 4 kgs of dhoop per day is sold out in just a shop kind of thing in a city. So what we look at, if you look at the household, variety, you have to do a market study. There is 20 crore family in India who are consuming dhoops, right? Let's talk about dhoop. 20 crore families have a monthly budget of 700 rupees on spiritual goods itself, right? That's the monthly budget they spend on spiritual products. That's the market you are looking at, right? The biggest competitor here in the dhoop is Mangaldeep by ITC. You have to check you should actually check how much they sell in this category. And the second one is Cycle, right? Cycle Pure
Mhm.
Agarbatti. These are two market leaders, and you should look at their quantity they are selling. They are doing 10,000 tons a month, right?
Okay.
So the market is huge. There is not just individual families. There are temples. There are peers. There like agarbatti is used almost everywhere, right?
Yes.
The dhoop is used almost everywhere. There are companies which are buying. So the purchase capacity is very huge. The spiritual market is huge. What we are trying to compete is that, see, these companies manufacture using the base of charcoal, which is very harmful for our lungs. What we are replacing them is with cow dung, which is not that harmful. Even that is harmful, but it's not that harmful. So this is how it is. If you could scroll to the left, the text is hidden. Scroll yeah. Now this is very transparent, and I would tell you, and this is very critical. I think this is the right question to ask. If you take cost per cow, and you will see the type, right? Capex and OPEX, right? Heifer procurement is 60,000. Generally, a heifer is available for 20,000 also in the market. So you would be questioning why so much of cost. Definitely, we pick the breed. We choose the gold out of the hay, and we pick the breed, and we get the best out of the system. So 60,000 is what we pay to Pashu-shala. Okay. Transportation from different parts of India takes about 18,000 per cow. Because the transportation also includes the transit, the paperwork, insurance, and all other things. Vaccinations, test, everything is conducted on the cow. Then we build a shed for the cow, right? It's a shared shed, and the investor puts the money into the system. So that's also a capex. We build the plant, right? So 85,000 is the cost of a plant per cow. So now you can imagine how much we spend for a setup, right? A 100 cow setup, we take 85 lakh rupees to set up the Panchgavya plant, which is a very good setup to produce. And it is a staggered investment over time. IT and hardware, 10,000 per cow. There's a cow collar, there's a CCTV monitoring, and all these is set up. Feed setup we take for 2 years. This is basically a setup to produce the feed, and then the feed input is 1,08,000 for 2 years. This two things take care of the cow for 2 years. IVF is for the first pregnancy, we take the cost from the investor, but thereafter we don't take the cost from you. Insurance also for the first year we take from the investor, and thereafter the system takes care of it. So entire 20 lakh rupees, if you see, the capex is 11 lakh 80,000. 8 lakh 20,000 is the OPEX.
So Mr. Shubham also has a question. What will be my role in this after investing?
You can visit the farm when you wish with your family and contribute to the healthy ecosystem. As here you are a fractional owner. So in the FICO model, the decisions are taken by Gomini itself. If you go for a FOCO model, then the decisions will be taken collaboratively. But in the FICO model, there are no role for the investor other than just the investment part. And you take care of the return. You look at the system, you take the returns, you promote the brand as much as possible, and help us in growing it further.
So I'll shift this conversation to Mr. Shyam.
One of the person has asked, can I start with one or two
Yes.
cows as a 5-6 lakh investment? And who are our competitors? These are the two questions.
So yes, you can start with one cow, then it won't be a franchisee and there won't be any guarantee, because with one cow, we do not have that kind of a redundancy in the system. So it's a setup where you do have projections that, hey, this could be the outcome from one cow, but then you will not have any guarantee paper. When you come in as a franchisee, there is a minimum guarantee in the system because of the baked in redundancy in the system. Right. There are people who are adopting one cow, and there are 65 already for this Forbiscon setup, where we have 65 retail investors who have invested into single cow. Each cow is 4,22,000, but then there is no guarantee. People know that you are just taking the cow and we are caring for the cow, whatever would be the transparent revenue, you would know. The formulas are different for single retail, but definitely there is no guarantee in the system. Who are our competitors? I think I have already answered. There are no direct competitors because we work on a capital asset management layer.
Okay,
Okay.
Mr. Samil has asked one more question. I got investment part. Actually, I want to ask if model fails, what a guarantee of our investments?
First of all, Samil, we have been in this for 12 years. We have not seen a model failures. In fact, we have seen overwhelming results beyond our expectation. It's all about how you care for the cow. In our system, the dung is throughout the year, throughout the life of the cow. The urine is throughout the life of the cow. It's all about how much value add you can do. The only failure what we see is, let's say we have got the cows for you, all of them die, then we get the insurance, again they die. This kind of situation may never happen. But let's say even if that fails, we as a company assure the capital guarantee, right? It's right there on the franchisee agreement that your capital is protected. You can take back the capital whenever you want.
Could you explain how Gomini differentiate itself in the terms of long-term profitability and brand value?
Let's be very clear that profit is part of Gau Seva, and profit is intrinsic in the system. So what we want to do is we don't want to exploit the cow for the profit. That's what is our core mission. Our core mission is to protect and preserve these indigenous varieties. That's where we need your help. That, hey, as a family, you should own some cows, and that becomes your asset portfolio. You might be owning stocks, you might be owning some franchises. How about now owning cows? I know you cannot operate on cows. Let us operate on those cows ethically. So that's what is the brand proposition, what we are trying to create, that we are the preserver rather than a profiteer. Profit is intrinsic. A cow is the Lakshmi, so we don't need to ask for money. She gives a lot of money.
Over to you, Shyam sir.
So I think all the question answer has been done. Even dear investors, if you have any questions and the later on, even you want to direct meeting, one-to-one meeting with the Dr. Arjun Sharma, so our team will be fix this meeting and when you can ask the questions also. And also we are visiting in a few days in the plant of this Phobisganj to meet Mr. Dr. Arjun Sharma, and even what we have planned to for the long terms as a the Gomini have the big plan to go how they are building this big business. So what we have think that so our team will be visit quarterly basis on this plant and understand everything, and we will send you all the newsletters to directly with you. So if you are subscribes already our newsletter, so you will get the latest update about the Gomini. So if you have any questions, any understanding, anytime if you want to connect them, so definitely without any questions, you can directly connect with us. Okay, sir, you want to give any closing statement?
Okay, so the question is about they're capable of investing, but with half of that amount, they see successful businesses like Judio, McDonald's, and Domino's. I don't think if Domino's or McDonald's are giving franchisees, there's always a franchisee caretaker who takes the thing. McDonald's start with 10 crore of capital. I don't know if you can get a franchisee for 2 crore. But with that apart, okay, the first thing is what you have to see is with the franchisees like Judio or any other companies, you have to get a shop. No franchisees will give you that shop cost. The capital you need to own the shop is not part of the franchisee model. So let's say if you want to open up a Judio or set up like those, you need minimum 2,000 square feet of real estate, which at a market value you would be giving about 2 lakh rupees of rent or 3 lakh rupees of rent monthly, right? So the model is different. Our model is different. It's an asset management model versus a franchisee model. If you take a Zudio or any other established brand, you will be involved in running if you are taking a FIFO model, franchisee operated model. In such kind of retail outlets, there are a lot of exigencies, there are market conditions where a single local strike or single local construction can obstruct your business, right? Let's say a flyover comes in front of your shop, right? That kind of exigency you don't have a plan for. Here in Gomini's case, it is in a rural setup. It is taken care there in our farms. And what you're trying to do with Gomini is creating an impact. You own the asset and you are creating the impact. So that's the primary difference. Yeah, I can do a closing remark here.
Yeah, okay.
what Gomini is not a particular business operation in the sense that, hey, we are not looking at creating some portfolio and then selling it to you. It's creating a portfolio with you. Okay, that's the fundamental thing, that you co-own the brand as a partner. The other thing is, it's not a traditional machine driven business system. It's an impact driven business system where you are becoming an asset owner. The cows are owned by you. So you are an asset owner. We are an operating entity, and then we are trying to produce values out of it. With all this, what we are trying to do is we are trying to bridge the gap between the urban center and the rural center. So you have to look at the impact we are trying to create while we create the value out of it. At the end of the day, everyone wants to connect to the roots, and those roots get missing if you own a Judio franchisee, right? You don't connect to your roots when you own a Reliance retail outlet. You connect to the roots when you are connected to the farming, you're connected to the village, right? That you can at least hand it over to your next generation, saying, hey, okay, my son takes care of this later, right? So that kind of connection we are trying to bring. It's a larger model. This is just the beginning. It will evolve into rather something very, very, lovable. People would love to associate faster, and will see much more investments coming into the cows ecosystem.
Okay, sir. So thank you so much again to joining this webinar come podcast. Even I hope so ki all the investor has been satisfied, and they have option also, they can connect you later. Okay. So thank you so much for joining with us, sir.
Thank you very much. And thank you everyone for joining this. Have a great rest of your day. Bye bye.